Hi everybody. In this video we will talk about naming acids. Um, let's first of all we need to know how do we identify that something is an acid. So a formula that starts with hydrogen is usually acid except water. Okay, water is not. But a formula that starts with hydrogen is acid. Okay, and a formula that ends with OH is a base. Didn't mean that. Okay, so we have acid and we have base. A formula that starts with hydrogen is acid, and a formula that ends with OH is a base. So naming base is much easier because all you have to do is, let's say if you have calcium attached to OH, so you will say calcium hydroxide because OH means hydroxide. Okay, if you have sodium attached to OH, you will say sodium hydroxide. If potassium attached to OH, you say potassium hydroxide. Okay, again, what I wrote here is hydro. The word hydro means water. Okay, hydroxide means I'm sorry, the word hydra means water. I'm not thinking right. The word here hydro is hydrogen, so it's oxygen and hydrogen together. So anyway, you just need to name the metal, sodium, potassium, calcium, and then you put hydroxide with it, and this is how you name the base. But naming acid is a bit different. As I said, anything that starts with hydrogen is acid. There are two kinds of acids. All right, we have binary acids. All right, we have binary acids, or we have polyatomic acids. Polyatomic acid, it is the same, your favorite polyatomic ions that are attached with the acid. So binary acids mean acids of two elements because the word bi means two. So acids of two elements. Now what are the two elements? As I said, one of the element got to be hydrogen. Okay, and hydrogen is always a cation, so hydrogen is a positive ion, so hydrogen is going to be the first element. So one of them is hydrogen and you have one more element. So binary acids of two elements, and one of them is of course hydrogen. So you have HCl, you have HBr, HF. Okay, we have HI, we have H2S. All right, I can just keep going. So these are the binary acids of two elements. How do you name binary acids? The name will start with hydro. Okay, the name will start with hydro and end with ig. So for binary acid, the name starts with hydro. Okay, and end with ig. So this is for binary acids. So hydrochloric, because it's chlorine, so hydrochloric acid. Then we have hydro, since it's bromine, so it's bromic acid. You have to put acid with it at the end. So hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, hydrofluoric acid, hydroiodic acid. Okay, hydroiodic acid, hydrosulfuric acid, sulfuric acid, hydronitric acid. So as I said, I can just keep going. So all you're doing is you put hydro, and then the element, the anion, will turn into ig. So the name starts with hydro, and the anion will turn into ig. On the other hand, you have polyatomic acids. Polyatomic acids of course, as the name tells you, come from the polyatomic ions. So you're using your favorite polyatomic ions, but they also have hydrogen is the cation there. So the cation for the acid is always hydrogen. So if hydrogen is bonded to, let's say, CO3, so it's H2CO3. You have HNO3. You have H2SO4. You have H3PO4. So if you identify the polyatomic ions there, so the way you have to do is you have to identify the polyatomic ion. Identify the polyatomic ion. Okay, identify the polyatomic ion, and the name will end with "ic." So that's all you're doing. So you have, since it's carbonate, so it will be carbonic acid. Okay, if it is nitrate, so it will be nitric acid. Sulfate will be sulfuric acid. Phosphate will be phosphoric acid. So that's all you're doing. You see there is no hydro in it. So there is no hydro, because so that tells you that it is a polyatomic acid. The hydro will only come for the acid that are only two elements. So, but there is more to it. You know, we learned about sulfides and we learned about sulfates. So we have sulfide, then we have nitrite, and then we have nitrate, we have phosphite, okay, and then we have phosphate. So you have to see how can you name the ites and the aids. So the rule is that the ite, okay, will turn into us, and the ate will turn into ic. What that means is that if it is sulfite, okay, sulfite, so the acid, you know, the H, because if I make it the formula with H positive one, the 2 goes to hydrogen, 1 goes to sulfide. So it's H2SO3. So the name will be sulfurous acid. If I combine this one with hydrogen, so, you know, the 3 goes to here and 1 goes here. I'm sorry, it's not 3, it's 2. The 2 goes here, so the formula is H2SO4. So this is sulfate. If you remember, this is sulfate. Okay, so it will be sulfuric acid. So ite, the one that was ite, that turned into us. Okay, the one that is 8, that turned into egg. So again, if I come, it's positive one, negative one, they balance each other. So the formula is HNO2. So then, since this is nitrite, okay, so it will become nitrous acid. Okay, so this is nitrate, so it will become nitric acid. Nitric acid. So this is how we name acid. So let's see what the notes say now. Acids, the binary acids, a hydrogen and one other element. The name will start with hydro and the root will end with ig. So hydrochloric acid. The oxyacids means the acids that have oxygen attached to them. So these are the polyatomic ions I was talking about. We also call them oxyacids, containing oxygen. So they have polyatomic ion in them. So the root will start from the oxy anion plus a suffix, you know, which is acid. So the 8 become ic and the ite become us. So this is sulfate, so it is sulfuric acid. This is sulfite, so it is sulfurous acid. So these are also called oxyacids. You have to keep that in mind. When I was doing the when I was doing this graphic, they are called oxyacids. So keep that in mind. All right, so binary acids and the oxy acids. Oxy acid is a polyatomic acid. Oxy acids not containing oxygen, like hydrocyanic, it is cyanic acid. So the name will still come from the cyanide ion. So we call it cyanic acid. So that's all you need to know about acids, and just practice it on your worksheet that you have, and let me know if you have any questions.